When you respect a man, he feels you love him. And there are no two ways about that. To a man, respect means love. And so there are some times that you don't feel like respecting your man. You look at him and you go like, "Sheni tibi, sheni nimbi." If you look at things that he has done to you, you think that no, this man doesn't deserve my respect. But the point is that we don't respect them because they deserve it. We don't respect them because they have requested us to. We respect them because it is a commandment from above. Yes. And so the Bible puts it this way that wives should respect their husbands as they would respect Christ. How will you respect Christ? How is it going to be if you were married to Christ Himself? I always give the example that when we are in the church and Christ is to come there, Christ is to appear in the church at that time. And mana ye wa sorry them hono. Say yen bunko to do say yen that from say if I am to man say from Emma Christ. Even our reverend ministers and our pastors. There is no way that you would shout at your reverend minister. There is no way that you would insult your pastor. Worst case scenario, you will let him go and insult him behind his back. And so, if we are able to transfer that kind of respect to our homes, if we are able to bring that kind of respect to our husbands, I am sure that is going to be great. And our husbands are going to appreciate it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can show respect to a man. The first way that you can show respect to a man is the way you talk to him. Yes. Please, I'm sorry, thank you are still golden words. There are some things you just don't say. You don't insult him, you don't shout at him. To the extent some women call their husbands stupid, some of them call them silly, some of them call all sorts of names. And at the end of the day, calling him all these names, you are still not living the marriage, you are in the marriage. And I wouldn't recommend you do that. Talk to your husband as if you would talk to Christ. Don't forget that he is the priest in the house. And I think that the reason why most women, as I said, most women are finding it difficult to give that kind of respect to the men are because the men are also not keeping up to their priesthood in the house. The men who are also supposed to represent Christ in the house are not representing Christ in the house. And so it makes it difficult for some of the women to respect them as they should. But my dear, I always say that you do your part as a wife. You took a vow, he took a vow. Make sure you fulfill yours. If he doesn't fulfill his, he has to answer for it. The second way that you can show respect to a man is the way you serve him his food, especially in this our African culture, in this our Ghanaian culture. Serve him a food as you would serve a great visitor that comes to your house. Most women have stored bowls, have stored special bowls in their kitchen that they use to serve special visitors. But my dear, there is no special person in your home than your man, than your husband, than the man who paid your bride price. And so when serving him his food, let him feel honored. Let him know that you are doing it from your heart. Let him know that you are serving your king. The one secret is that if you want your husband to treat you as a queen, you have to treat him as a king. Try that and let's see. The third way that you can show respect to a man is the way you go about with your house chores duties as a wife. Yes, in this modernity, most wives are saying because both of us are working, then both of us have to be doing the household chores. I agree with you to some extent. But I believe that there are rules, there are set standards in the house. There are set standards in the house. The standards should be as clear and as concise as possible. But my dear, as a wife, it is your responsibility to be taking care of the household duties. If you need help, you ask him. Most men will help if you ask them nicely. Some of them will not. Some of them will not. But I believe that if you are able to ask him nicely, for instance, I had a friend and she was complaining, I'm always tired, I'm always doing this, I'm always doing that. My husband is not helping me. I said, wait. One day, when you are doing the mobbing, respectively tell him, honey, please, can you please do this? Help me with this. Maybe the first time he would mumble. Maybe the first time he will, I don't want to do. Maybe the first time he will not even do it. But don't worry. Second time, ask. Third time, ask. And I'm sure if you ask respectfully Every man who loves the family, every matured man will see that no, this thing I have to help. But especially cooking for your husband, I think that you should do it from within. Do it as a ministry. Let me put it that way. Do it with joy. The Bible says, anything that your hand findeth to do, do it with all your might. If household chores, I always say that if you can afford washing machine, please buy it. If you can afford things that will help you ease your stress in the house, do it. If you need a help, talk to your man and get a help. But there are some things you don't leave it to a help to do. There are some things I don't recommend you leave it to a help to do. Things like cooking your husband's meal. And I recommend to my men that please and please again, if your wife has to work and then do the household chores at the same time, in a way, if you can help, help. If you can't help, it is good you get someone who can help her, or get a washing machine, or get, but try as much as possible to help. As much as we love it when our husbands buy us gifts, when our husbands take care of us financially. Yes, I know most women nowadays are independent women and you can afford anything, but as much as you can afford anything, my dear, you can. It is nice to allow your husband to take care of you. So it is also nice to also cook for him, do things for him in the house that will make him, especially in this our African and Ghanaian culture, for you to show a man respect, the way you talk to him, the way you serve him his food, and the way you go about the household duties as a wife. Try this and let's see if it will help. If you enjoyed this video, please go and watch the previous video I did about why I wouldn't stop working if my husband asked me to. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Eke Nyamie. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe and click on the notification button. And I will see you in the next video. Nyame nka ho.